Hi guys, I'm Rashawn with Penny Pedals. We're a nonprofit located in Katy, Texas. We take donations that are donated to the low-income community in our area, and we repair bicycles free of labor charges. Today we have a bicycle here. There's a lot of things wrong with it, but what we're going to focus on specifically for this video is how to change a punctured tube inside of the tire. To begin, first, we're going to be looking at the tire to find the tire width and length. So as you're seeing here on the tire, you can see a 26 times 2.1. And then when you go to Walmart or a bicycle store, you can see that it's 26 inches and the tire width is between 1.75 and 2.25. And this one is 2.1. So after you purchase your tubes, there's a few things you're going to do. The easiest way to do this without too much effort is you turn the bicycle upside down, preferably with something underneath so that your seat and handlebars don't get scratched. So that's what I've done here with this bicycle. And then the way I like to do it is I like to take the wheel off. So for that, you're gonna need a size 15 wrench. You could use an adjustable wrench of any sort, or you could use pliers if you're feeling that way. I prefer the wrench, and you're gonna go, there's going to be this bolt right here, and there's gonna be another one on the other side, or you may have a hand adjustable one. But you need to take your wheel off. Also for later. Then, to take the wheel off, you are going to find this, or find the thing that moves on this side. Sometimes it's down here, sometimes it's up here. You're going to pull it back and slowly pull out so that the chain, this is not in the way, and you can pull it like this. This one has a really annoying kickstand in the way, but you go like this. Before you take the wheel out, you disconnect the brakes. So you're going to go down here. So this right here is the brakes. What we're going to do is we are going to push them together like so. So I'm going to push them together. Then you're going to pull the side that looks like this. If you can see, there's a little metal thing right here. You push, and then I'm trying to get an angle where you can see. And you're going to pull this out just like that. Pull this out of the little thing right here. When you pull it out, it should go loose, and you can pull the brakes apart so that the wheel comes out. So I made a mistake by taking off the bolts before the brakes. If I were you, I would take the brakes off first and then go take these off. But now you go and do what I was saying earlier, and you go like this, and you're going to take this wheel off like so. Just like that. And now you have your wheel off. Now with the bicycle wheel, if you just happen to have a bike tire jack, that would be your easiest scenario. But if you don't, you can use plastic utensils, metal utensils, but just be careful because you don't want to break anything or scratch anything. So what you're going to do is you're going to go under, and you're going to just loosen up the tire at first, kind of feel it out. And when you kind of go through it once, I would start to ease it out of the wheel. So that's what I'm going to do right here. You can see I got the lip of the tire right out. And now I'm pulling, getting more of it out. So that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go under, you're gonna pull up, and you're gonna get the lip of the tire out from all sides, slowly, just like that.
Like so. So it should be relatively easy. Shouldn't have to put way too much force into it. Just like that.
You have your tire off. Then you're gonna push from the other side, just kind of ease it off real slow. I would start on the sides without the pin. So I would start on the other side, slowly getting it off. And then at the end, you have the pin right here. Pull the wheel off. Right here's your wheel. I would place it on somewhere where it wouldn't get scratched. But right now I don't have another rag, so I'm just gonna put it right here. Now here is your puncture tube. It's gonna be right inside the tire. You take this one out, and you could choose to patch it, which I'll show you how to do in another video. But for now, we're just replacing, so I'll throw that away. I don't have that anymore. Now you have this tire, you have your wheel, and you're gonna have your new tube. For our tube choice, I already showed you why I selected these and exactly how I got to know that this is the one I need. With these new tubes, what I like to do personally is I first get them, they come in a package like this, and I use an air compressor and fill it up just a little bit so it takes shape. So if you see over here, we have our new tube, it's taken shape, and I'm just going to place it inside the tire just like the old tube was. So I'm gonna go kind of squeeze it in there. And before I do that, just for safety purposes, sometimes I would like to run my finger along and check inside the tire to see if there's anything sharp that caused the first tire to puncture. Just, you know, a good little check. And another way to check would be checking and running your finger along the tape on the wheel. If there's anything sharp, anything poking out of it, maybe that's the reason why your wheel punctured, your tire tube punctured in the first place. As you can see over here, it is extremely clear why this tube punctured. The tape that's perfectly over here is fine, and then you go down, and then the metal heads of the spokes are revealed. So that's something I'm definitely gonna have to look into before I put it into the wheel. So what you would do in this situation is you would take the tape and you would pull it over those so that the tape is having the protective layer over it. For now, I'm gonna put this away and I'll fix it in a bit. So first, I'm gonna go put this inside the tube, inside the tire. Just like that, your tube is inside your tire once again, and now after I fix and put the tape right back over those metal spokes, I will go and put that on the wheel. Okay, so now I'm going to match and first put the needle through the hole in the wheel. So just like that, got the needle through, let it poke out. Make sure it's vertical, straight up, and I'm just gonna kind of push the tire over a bit and get it kind of in a position where I can start hooking it over where it needs to be. So just like that, I kind of got it in a position where now all I have to do is tuck the lips inside of the wheel. So we have that, and I'm gonna go get my tool that I was using before, the little tire jack. Okay, so now that I have my tire jack, I'm going to slowly kind of press and get the tire back inside the wheel. So let me give you a close-up of this. Right here, you see this lip going over the tire. You're going to want to push it and get them all over inside the wheel. So push, push, push slowly, and they'll go inside the wheel and hook right under. So that's what you want to do all around the wheel. So I'm going to go do that all around the wheel first. So push, push, push. And now for one side of the tire, you are done. So once you do that, you're done with one side of the tire. Just have to let it sit under there, kind of push, make sure it's, wiggle it around and everything, make sure it's like that. Then you're gonna do the same thing with the other side of the tire and make sure that little lip goes under and inside the wheel. So pull it over the wheel, push, over push in until it starts to go inside and hook under. I'm gonna follow this process all the way around, and when it gets difficult, that's when you use this tool to kind of lift it up, use the leverage, and push it inside. If you're lucky, you only have to use your fingers, but most of the time that's not really the case here. And we were lucky, we only had to use our fingers. Now you're gonna pull the little pin at the bottom and make sure it is vertical. As I said before, pull, is vertical. Now what you're gonna do is you are going to use an air compressor or whatever you use to fill up the tire, and I would fill it up to the recommended amount of air. So for this in specific, on your box or on your box, it should in fact say, well, it should say that, but it does not. So on your, right over here, on your tire, it's going to say inflate to blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to use, never mind. We're just gonna look at the tire. So on the tire, it says maximum recommended PSI is 40 to 65 PSI. So you can use a digital air compressor, or honestly, if you only have one of the old-fashioned pumps, you could go kind of feel out the tire, make sure you're not doing too much. So I'm gonna cut the video and we'll get right back. Now we're gonna put the wheel back on the bike. So I've already inflated it and it's perfectly good. So we're gonna go, this side is gonna go on the chain side. Right here's the chain. First thing we wanna do in this situation is we're going to lift the same way that we lifted before. So lift like that to kind of loosen the chain, and you want to take the top part of the chain right here, kind of pull it up so you can slide the wheel in between. So that's what I'm doing. I slide the wheel in between, get it hooked on one of the gears, bang, chain on top. So then I can pull this and kind of push the wheel down right until it gets in these alleys right here. Now when it's in these alleys, we're gonna go and put back the these two over here, and yeah, let's get these on. First goes the washer, then goes this. You can tighten them with the same wrench you use to take them off. For time's sake, I'm not gonna tighten it right now. Put it back on the other side too. When you're done with that, what you're gonna do is don't forget your brakes. So we're gonna go back under and I'm going to show you close up how to put the brakes back on. Okay, now you're gonna reconnect the brakes. So you see this part right here, this needs to connect and go over here. So we're gonna push them together, kind of get this out of the way. Push together until we get this to go inside of the hole right there. So right there, cool. Wiggle it around, there. Have your brakes right back on. Thank you guys for watching the video. In the next few videos, I'll show you how to patch the tube just in case it's patchable, and I will also show you how to mess with the brakes a little bit. Thank you very much. This is Penny Pedals.